Waff is a known addict, right? Let's say I were to do this. Sound design. Number 2, motion design. All right, listen, after donating to Adin Ross, after looking at all these editors on YouTube, I figured out the secret. I figured it out. I know how to edit just like Adin Ross, all right? All you gotta do, I repeat, all you gotta do is use a crossfade for every single transition, and you're done. You're literally done. I'm playing. All right, so if you don't know who Adin is, he's basically a Twitch streamer who came up from the 2K community. He basically hosts E-dates and does like sus pranks with rappers and other famous people, right? All right, so now that we got out of the way, plot twist, Adin doesn't actually edit his own videos. He actually has 2 editors, Bronze Celery and Waff. So Celery is the one who deals with Adin's editing on his stream channel, and Waff is the one who deals with his editing on his vlog channel. That being said, by the end of this video, you are going to know how to edit just like Waff. So keep watching, all right? We need to put ourselves in his shoes in order to replicate his editing style. We need to become him. And what I mean by that is Waff is a known addict, right? Now, listen, I don't do coke, you know what I'm saying? I don't condone any of that. But the next best thing to is literally 5-hour energy drinks, right? You know what I'm saying? You're not going to sleep if you have this. You feel me? Why do you think he has baggy ass eyes? It's because he literally does not sleep, my guy. We need this. All right, quick rundown for context. Waff was basically Pokemon's editor first. Then he started picking up work for Adin. And I guess Adin flew him out to the Face House. Then he met T-Wop there. And then I'm assuming he started picking up T-Wop's editing style. And for those who don't know who T-Wop is essentially the father of vlog editing, right? He edited for Rice Gum and a bunch of YouTubers. I'll probably put on the screen somewhere. I don't know. All right, so there's 3 essential aspects that makes the Wop style effective. Number 1, sound design. Number 2, motion design. And number 3, background music. Now you're probably wondering, what do these things mean, Blazen? Now listen, I need you to stay right there. Stay tight. I got you, all right? Follow me. I got you. Just follow me. All right, real quick, y'all, with my boy Arya. Gonna ask him a couple questions. You know,
when you're talking about sound design, number 1 thing is just having like decent audio. If you go to a creator class in the YouTube studio, the one thing they're going to tell you is any video that has bad audio, people will click off of. They're going to leave. You know, first priority is making sure your audio sounds decent. Second priority is adding in things like effects or fancy editing to your audio, stuff like that. Really, your goal is to have nice, clean audio at the end of the day that you can work off of. So motion design is really interesting when you talk about YouTube. Everyone has their own spin on it. Some people love these like super old, cringy 3D animated intros. Some people love like super modern stuff. Really, the best thing is to just have something you think looks and matches your style, and that's at least a decent quality level. I'm not gonna look like Marquez on YouTube. I'm gonna look like me. And so the important part about using motion graphics is making sure they fit the content you're talking about and your identity as a creator. You don't need background music 24/7. When you're thinking about music, think about it more in terms of how does it complement what I'm making rather than how can I show off this cool music I found.
All right, matter of fact, y'all, let me ask y'all a question, all right? Let me ask y'all something. Let's say I were to do this. It feels real, right? It feels cinematic. The sound design, you know what I'm saying? Everything is complementing each other, right? It's complementing each other, right? Now I want y'all to watch this clip. Let me ask y'all something. Let's say I were to do this. It feels real, right? It feels, y'all see what I mean? It feels weird, boring, and capital K, weak. All right, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I've been sitting through roughly 3 minutes and 40 seconds in this video, and I still see no tutorial on how to edit like Waff in my editing software. I still see none of that. Now listen, let me tell you something. Jimmy, Samantha, Clarine, Giovanni, Ernesto, whatever your name might be, let me tell you something, all right? About 70% of this video, I've been using Waff's editing style the whole entire time. You're probably wondering what this thing on the top left of the screen was, right? This was my editing timeline the whole time. Now, listen, I'm gonna break down my editing real quick, but before we do that, I understand everyone uses different editing softwares, right? Some people might use Movie Maker, some people might use Sony Vegas, some people use Premiere Pro, Final Cut. I understand. So when I break this down, I'm gonna be as general as possible so that everyone can understand. You know what I'm saying? Before we get into the last part of the video, I would appreciate if you guys like the video. You know what I'm saying? Get the likes up. I appreciate if y'all subscribe. You feel me? Get subscribe. And my Twitter, you want to follow my Twitter, I got some things on there, you know what I'm saying? I got some, Our Production Crate, Motion Array, and Envato Elements are the 3 websites I found for the best sound effects and best video effects, right? If you don't mind spending bread, those are going to give you quality effects. Those are going to give you quality effects. I am telling you, right? You can even grab sound effects from shows, animes, movies, and use it in your edits so sleekly, so seamlessly, right? You can get sound effects from anything. Explaining the intro. So in the beginning of Waff's video, he has 3 key clips that plays.
I'm gonna put you on a date with Summer. I think Summer can handle it. You guys dated 3-4 years ago. Summer, come on in.
In the beginning of the video, you gotta have music. You gotta have something to hype people up. So right here, this intro, I'm sure you've seen it in Adin's video. So he got this from T-Wop. So T-Wop has a website called Creator Set. He basically has a whole bunch of assets. You don't need this. You can literally just do a hard cut to the next like section of the video. But I just had this just to like really integrate myself with Waff's edit. Anyways, whenever something key is happening, let's say me doting to Adin Ross, you need to find a picture or video related to what's happening. And what you do typically is you zoom in this video just ever so slightly. You add a little bit of wiggle effects, you add a flicker effect while it's zooming in, and a sound effect that's related to the topic. If there's nothing related to the topic, you literally add a boom sound effect or a pop sound effect. Keyframing is movement, all right? At the simplest form, keyframing is movement. I want to move in closer to me. So look, I have a scale. I will literally add a keyframe. This is the beginning. I go to where I want it to end. You feel me? I add another keyframe and I make it bigger. This zooms me in. This is keyframing at its simplest form. Right here, it zooms me in. Anytime you see something moves in or out, that's keyframing. Up or down, that's keyframing.
Transitions.
So usually Waff uses a hard cut transition. What is a hard cut, you're asking? It's one clip. And it's literally cut. It's cut into 2 separate clips. What Waff does to spice it up, is he has his little hard cut, but he puts a cinematic whoosh or cinematic boom or cinematic whatever sound effect in between those hard cuts. That way it makes it feel more interactive. That way it makes it feel less boring.
Subtitles.
So you put subtitles in when there's key things happening, or if there's not really much on the screen, or if you know something is boring in the video and you want to keep the audience still like hooked in. That's when you put subtitles in, my guy. That's when you put it in.
Thanks for watching this video.
Call me Bilu, because I'm saluting y'all out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm out.
DB on the track.